you're tired, you're poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shores. Send these, the homeless, temptos to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden doors. For hundreds of years, our country has been a safe haven for immigrants who go through the tough journey to get to America. Ultimately, all Americans are immigrants with the same dream, to live the American dream. Many immigrants, their journey was long and filled with many obstacles, but for all immigrants, their push factors were too great to not make a change, and the pull factors of America made it a great place to immigrate to, because in America, there was hope for jobs, freedom, and a new start. Immigrants had to save as much money as they could and buy tickets to the new and strange world. Most immigrants could only afford to stay in the steerage class. The steerage class was located at the bottom of the ship and held hundreds of immigrants. Down in the steerage class, sickness spread quickly because of the crowded living spaces. The journey could take a week or months, but at the sight of the Statue of Liberty, all sadness was lost for a period of time. Higher class immigrants were let off the ship at the New York harbor, while the steerage class was taken on ferries to Ellis Island. There they waited to be examined. It could take up to 6 hours to be examined. They not only checked your physical health, but they also checked your mental health. The people that weren't suitable for both of those categories were put to the side. Only about 2% of the immigrants were sent back because of diseases. After the immigrants were approved to be let into America, they settled down into ghetto neighborhoods such as Chinatown and Little Italy. There they became tenements and apartments. Most houses consisted of a kitchen, one bedroom, and a living area. Many had bathrooms that were shared by the whole floor. Each usually slept in the living area on small cots that could be shared by 3 or more siblings. Not only was there limited space, but sickness spread easily, and many people died because of the living conditions. Also, the apartments were built on top of each other and had many floors. In the case of a fire, hundreds of immigrants would die. Although the obstacles, many immigrants lived a successful life, and some built businesses, some sent money home to family members, and some eventually moved out of the ghettos and into a better living space.
For the Irish, there were many push factors. The Irish had to survive poverty, the potato famine, religious discrimination, and loss of many of their rights such as voting, owning land, serving as an officer in the army, and practicing their religion. Many Irish immigrants chose America for its many pull factors, such as the opportunity of a new life, religious freedom, and to escape poverty and starvation. The second the Irish got off at America, they faced discrimination from many people. There were groups like the Know Nothings, which was a political group that was anti-Catholic and anti-immigration. They considered themselves the American Party. Also, there were many signs that said positively no Irish need apply for certain jobs. The turning point for the Irish was the Civil War, when the Irish helped fight, and that helped with assimilation. With the new immigrants came new stereotypes. For the Irish, they had stereotypes such as the Irish being drunks, mindless followers of the Pope, that they fought a lot, and that they were uneducated. It took many years for the Irish to overcome these stereotypes. During the time of immigration, support groups for the Irish were founded. Some support groups were the Hibernian Society and the Chicago Irish Immigrant Support. The Irish also lived near people they knew, or people they knew from Ireland. In 1924, 4.5 million Italian immigrants arrived in the United States. 75% of these Italian immigrants came from southern Italy. Southern Italy was economically depressed, and the residents were poor and often worked as artisans, sharecroppers, and farm laborers. Some push factors were because of the unification of northern and southern Italy. This was unjust because of the new constitution favored northern Italy. Some pull factors were that there were a lot of opportunities for immigrants or temporary migrants who found immediate employment and saved as much as they could and quickly returned home to Italy. After 1910, women and families started to immigrate. Family reunification was also a key pull factor. Italian immigrants couldn't adapt to our culture easily upon arrival, but when they stayed in the U.S. longer, they became better at assimilation. There were many support groups for the Italians. Some were the Little Italies, where the immigrants lived, the Sons of Italy, and the Catholic churches. These organizations helped the immigrants deal with discrimination. Just because the Italian immigrants came to the U.S. didn't mean that they were accepted. There were some groups that were against the immigrants. One of these groups was the Ku Klux Klan. The KKK had been around since Reconstruction and now found a new target. They were very dangerous to the Italians. The The immigrants were targeted because they were thought to be working class, poor, illiterate, and criminals.
You have to remember that I came to America as an immigrant, on a ship through the Statue of Liberty, and I saw the skyline, not just as a representation of steel and concrete and glass, but as really the substance of the American dream.